I just had the luckiest thing happen, dude. Like, I had that failure from yesterday where I thought I wouldn't be able to recover that guy's hard drive. And I actually was like, man, the only thing I could do is probably replace the ARM and see if I can recover his data from there. But I had to find another Seagate drive to be able to do that in the first place. And I'm like, oh man, I won't be able to find anything without having to buy something new, and I'm not gonna do that. So I think it's over. But I met this guy to try and get some new servers and figure stuff out. And he was like, hey, I have this free server. It's broken, but it has a bunch of parts in it. I'm like, okay, let me check it out. It had Seagate drives in it. I've never been so flabbergasted by the absolute sheer luck that was. So now I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna take the ARM off. I'm gonna see if I can get the data to work. And if I can, then that saved the project. So we'll see. On a side note, that guy also gave me this dope workstation. So now I have a new computer that is not my mini PC. So all my work and my games and stuff will be on something a little higher power, which I'm pretty hype about. But I'm gonna part out these broken servers and everything. But for the moment of truth, let's see if we can get this thing fixed. Just a side note, I know that you're supposed to have like a clean room and a bunch of stuff to make sure that the hard drive doesn't get dirty, because hard drives can get dirty really easily. Fibers, dust, it can destroy a hard drive and make it really hard to recover the data. Also, you just want to have like gloves, stuff like that, to make sure that it's clean. But for me, I don't have that because I just recently moved into a new home, and I also just don't have the stuff for it. And I initially wasn't going to add data recovery to my services. Like, I was going to do data recovery in terms of logical data or problems, or like someone deletes something or anything like that, helping them restore, things like that. But physical, I was going to ignore or try not to do. But the reason why I did it was because the guy that I'm working with, he dropped it and he like destroyed it. Like, it was not good. And so he basically didn't really think that anything was gonna work. He fought with Seagate for a while to get a replacement, all this stuff. And really the drive was a wash. So he asked me to do it for him. And I was like, hey, I don't have the stuff for this. Like, I can try, but I can't make any promises. And he was like, whatever. I just want you to try. I have data on there, and I'll back up and do things better next time. So it was a mistake on his part, and, you know, we're working on it. But basically, what I was able to do was, when I got the drive, I figured out that that Seagate drive is the same as the one he had. So basically what I had to do was swap the disks over, like the platter, because the ARM on the other one was broken. So I figured if I could swap it and be able to, you know, retrieve the data, then I would be good. So that's exactly what I did. I'm basically doing that now. I opened it up, I examined it. I know it's been open for a while. I know it's not the best conditions, but I told him what I could do and what I could try. So I ended up doing that, and it actually worked. It took me a while. This is very sped up. It took me like a couple hours, but I was able to get it on there. I used the ZIL key to plug straight into the SATA port for the hard drive. I had a data recovery application on my computer, and I went in, found the drive, got everything off. Thing died pretty much instantly after I unplugged it, and it never came back on. So it was a very lucky situation. I would not recommend doing that at home, but it was the best that could be done. And he really only wanted me to do it because he trusted me with his rebuild after the computer. I gave him a lot of transparency about it, and he also didn't want to pay like $800 to $1,000 because he did some research with me in the room, and I was talking him through it, diagnosing it, and it was going to be like $800 just for someone to look at it in our area and in, you know, all around. So that was the best we could do. Now, I ended up taking it all apart. I tried my best. You don't want to do it on the floor with carpet, but, you know, I digress. So that's what I was working on. ended up getting it done, super happy about it. And I'm never taking a hard drive job again until I have a clean room or something like a compartment or something to work in, because that was stressful. But it wasn't that stressful because I knew that it was not recovered. Like, he would have had to send it off and hope that it would be recovered, which they probably could have done, but he did not want to pay that amount of money. And so it's one of those things where it wasn't super stressful, but it was a learning experience. And being that transparent and being that forward is one of the reasons why it even worked out in the first place, because otherwise he probably wouldn't have trusted me to, be able to do that. So that's what happened. And look at that, we're done. I'm super happy that it worked out. It was a very lucky situation, and I will not do that again for a while. So my next jobs and my next hauls and stuff are a little more fun. But I'm going to be showing that later on, and I'm pretty happy with all the stuff that I got from that cool dude. So we got it done. I'm proud, and I'll see you tomorrow.